Okay, so let's have a look at the Zondle package for spelling, punctuation and grammar. I've added this through the Zondle Extras Marketplace, and it then appears on the left-hand tab there under My Zondle Extras. And then all I do is I simply click on Zondle Spag, and you get a list of different activities. And you can see I've got homework, spelling topics, team play, some practice papers, and some sort of PowerPoint presentations as well that I can download. There's also a little guide there before you start, and it tells you to read that one first. So these practice papers, if I click on one of those, you'll see that it will just open up and I'll have a spelling punctuation practice test to look at, so you get those in the package as well. You can also look at the spelling topics. These PowerPoints here, if you click on one of these, then that will download and you can then open it up and have a look through the resources. These are also available through these packages too. So let's have a look at the homework topic at the top. If I click on homework topic, you can see the various buttons here. I can go to Zondle Team Play and go and play that maybe in the class as a team. I can work on with maybe different tables or different abilities and get them working through the questions, or I can go to Zondle Games. So I've highlighted the topic, which is word class. I've clicked Zondle Games and I can then choose one of these games to go and play. So if I just go and play this one there and then press start, and I'll come back to these options in a second. So it says there, click on the sentence that has two verbs. So as I go through, I can click on the verb. So I've got am, to, a. You can click on the noun. If I click on the wrong one, you can see that happens. If I click on the correct one, then he eats it. Adverbs and so on. So you've got various different activities, and you can see down here I'm trying to get 11 correct. If I go back to the beginning here, what I can do is I can view the questions that are in the test. I can also look at instructions. I can share this, but I like this feature here, the embed feature. If I click on embed, what happens is I get the choice of the game or a competition. The game is the simple option. I can just put this onto my blog or website, or I can choose competition. Maybe I want to set this as a homework activity, and I want to choose that maybe in the next week or so, let's do 2 weeks, anyone that completes it, it will send their results to my email address, and then I can see which child has been the most successful in that game. I'm quite happy just to leave it as game up there though. If I click this generate code, what happens, it gives me this code down here, and I'm going to just copy that code, and that will show you the size of the game. And what I've done is in another tab I've got my blog. I'm using WordPress, so all I'm going to do is press the text and paste this in, and what you'll get is a box there with your game in it. So that was the text feature on here, and paste it in. If you're using something like Google Sites, you'll have an HTML button, but it's however you normally embed content from like Animoto and so on. It's the same way. So if I do Spag lesson 1 and then publish, and if I go to my blog and just refresh that page, what you'll then see is I'll be able to have that game will then be on my blog for anyone to go and have a look at, and they can press start and go and explore and play it right there on my blog without having to go anywhere else, which is a great feature to have. So you can do that with any of those games. I'm just going to close that one and go back to here. So you've got the homework topics on there. You also have spelling topics. If I choose a spelling one, and again I can click on a game over here and choose the game to play. So let's just have a quick look at a spelling activity. Again, same options to share and embed.
Listen to the word, then spell it.
So this one is a listening and then spelling. Sometimes it will show you the word, and then you'll have to type that on afterwards. Okay, if I just show that again.
Speculated.
So speculated,
Yes.
and then it will spell the word back to you.
C.
Also with any of these, you've got the plus down the side. So if I click on the plus, what happens is I can set the topic to certain students. So if I click on there, I can choose which class or which group of pupils in my class I want to give that to. I'm going to give it to everyone in demo class, and then close that. Now when they log in, they'll then see that game and that activity there. So that's how to use the homework activities and the spelling topics. Like I said, the team players on there as well. There are practice papers. These are the presentations. If I just click on one of those and just open that up, make that a bit smaller so it fits. What you'll then see is PowerPoint resources that you can use to teach the children, and there's questions as you go along. You can use these to save you creating your own resources. There's lots of great tools on there for you to explore and have a look at, which is great. So that's how to use the Zondle spelling, punctuation and grammar resources.